It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live once more again. Also, what I need for you to do, sit back, relax, put on your headgear. All my worthless 2 cents is about to put something in your ear.
Oh, and here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, yeah, it's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live once more again with another episode. With the first episode. With another episode of Tuesday. It is Talk to Me Tuesday right here live on Kingdom Purpose Radio. Oh, look here. My co-host, my brother, Minister CJ, will not be joining tonight. He had another engagement, so he will not be on tonight. So y'all just gonna have to deal with me for just a brief moment. Look here, man. I tell y'all, this was a day for me. When I say that, here live on Kingdom Purpose, which I was like, what am I going to bring tonight? Honestly, I was like, what am I going to bring tonight? Lord, what am I going to bring tonight? And I said, and before I get started, first and foremost, I want to say thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in. I want to say thank you to my boss man, Mr. Vernon, for allowing me this opportunity to grace the platform of Kingdom Purpose. So now, look here, and I got a little bit of something for you. And then I'm going to move right in. And look, old country boy, y'all see I'm up here by myself. So, when I'm up here by myself, I won't be before you long. But there was something that God placed in my spirit. Just dropped it. He dropped it right on up in my spirit because I really, really, really didn't know what it was going to be about. But he gave me, and it started off. I want to start off with this right here. So y'all listen up. Y'all tune into this one real quick. I'm going to give you this, and then I'm going to move on in. Hey. Well, look here, man. Here we are, Kingdom Purpose. Let me tell y'all. And usually I have a question here live on Kingdom Purpose. But tonight, I don't have a question. I just have a statement. And I'm going to walk through this as quick as I can. And I can't speak about anybody else. Y'all know I can't never talk about nobody else. I can only talk about myself. And I will say this is what I know. This is what I know. This is what I have discovered on this journey is that God will meet us right where we're at. God will meet us right where we're at. And I say that and personally speaking, so I'll go instead of personally, let me give, since we're on Kingdom Purpose, let me give some biblical background to God will meet us right where we're at. See, there's a story about a fellow who had killed another fellow and had ran off in the desert. I think that fellow's name may have been Moses. And God met him in the desert. There was a woman. There was a woman who was out and had done so many things, and these men had called her. Oh, she's been sleeping. She was out there, and they were about to stone her. God met her in the street. Woo! There was another woman that had many husbands, and the man that she with was not even her husband. God met her at the well. I say that to tell you, on the biblical side, God met them right where they were at. Now, let me tell you, because some of you, there may be some people, and here's the thing, here's the other thing. Not only will God meet you where you're at, but here's our duty. And here's up to us. That part is when he meets us, we have to be willing to accept him when he meets us. Because there was a scripture I was reading about when God sent when he sent his disciples out, he said, go out. Go out. I want you to go out. Go into the places, go into the lands, go into the houses. But if they don't welcome you, if they don't welcome you, if they don't accept you, dust off your feet. Leave and dust off your feet. God will meet us where we're at, but we have the responsibility of accepting and letting him in. Wow. That's biblical. I can come here today and say, and that was part of that song, I'm not perfect, y'all. None of us are perfect. And asking, sometimes we ask, but we're not ready to receive. Sometimes we're not ready to do our part, because he'll meet us right where we're at. Because he met this old boy right where he was at. Y'all wonder why I don't look down on nobody. If you wonder why I don't think lower of anybody, if you wonder why I don't walk around with my nose up thinking I'm all this and all that, it's because God met me where I was at. He met me right where I was at. I say that because some people try to tell you got to be a certain kind of way. Well, you got to be like this, you got to come like this, or you got to dress like this, or you got to talk like this, or you don't act like this. God will meet you where you're at, people. He will meet you where you at. There will be people that will tell you, they will tell you what you need to change. They will tell you, let me tell you, woo, personally. God accepted me and met me right where I was at, as filthy as I was, as dirty as I was, as much of a liar, a cheater, a drunkard. He met me right where I was at. He didn't tell me now time, look, before I meet you there, what you need to do is clean yourself up and get yourself right, and you need to be right. No, he met me where I was at. And he said, I will take you from where you're at and I will clean you up. Don't you try to clean your... The problem with so many and the problem with myself for so long is I thought that I can't come right now because I got to get right. I can't come right now because I'm still out here doing this. I can't. And he said to me, where you are, I am also. You know, when you go in that liquor store, I'm already in there. You know, when you hit that club, I'm already in there. God will meet you where you at. Don't let nobody tell you that no, you need to do this and you got to get your life. I used to hear it say, you need to get your life together. And in my mind, I was always thinking, but that's what I be trying to do. I've been trying to do is get it together. The problem was with me and with most of us is we be trying to get it together when God said, come to me and I will help you get it together. God will meet you where you're at. If he could meet a man that killed a man in the desert, if he could meet a woman who had been sleeping around with all the men and meet her in the street, if he could meet a woman at the well who had been married multiple times and was with a man at that point, if he could meet, if he could meet a woman with an issue of blood on the street, you gonna tell me he won't meet you where you at? Because I'm telling you, he met me where I was at. He met me right where I was at. And he said, and I said, but I'm not perfect. And he said, but I can wash you. See, so many times we be trying to wash and clean ourselves and we be trying to get ourselves right. And I'm gonna fix myself up. I'm gonna fix myself up. See, sometimes we think that we have the power to get ourselves right. But God will meet us where we at. Right there without judgment. He don't come meet us and say, let me judge you. Let me talk about you, you know, because there's people that will talk about you. There's people that will say I'm gonna help you get yourself together, but the whole while they're helping you, they're still talking about you. He don't talk about you. God will meet you where you're at and openly accept you where you at. See, some folks won't accept you for where you at because they think that they are a little bit better than you. They think that, oh, I'm a little bit cleaner than you. So I can't come to you, but you come to me once you clean yourself up. God will meet you where you're at. He met me in a hog pen. He met me in a club. He met me in a liquor store. God will meet you where you're at. But the thing about him meeting you where you're at, the responsibility, once he meets us, we have to be willing to accept it. It's just that easy. It's just that simple. It's not some complicated math. It's simple arithmetic. It's simply accepting him when he comes. God will meet you wherever you at. Don't let nobody tell you you need to get this right, that right. You need to get your clothes right. You need to have on the same right kind of clothes. You need to be speaking the right kind of way. You need to be right when you come to God. Because see, here's the problem. Again, personal. I might take this personal. Too many people think they already right. Too many people think that they already right, that they got themselves right, that they so right now they looking at you like you was wrong. But God will accept you right where you at, right how you are. unconditionally love you. He won't be the one to throw up your past and your yesterdays in your face. He's not the one to tell you, oh, I remember what you used to be like. Oh, I remember this. God will meet you where you at, and he will take you and he will wash you. Too many of us want to think that we can clean ourselves. Again, I'm going back on that thing because for years I thought that I could clean myself. I thought that I could get myself right. I thought that I could get me out of every situation. I thought that so many times we place this big I this, I that, I got me out, I changed me, I made myself better, I healed me. But I can only sit before you today because God met me right where I was at. He met me in the place that I was. He took me and he reached out his hands to me with all the filth on me, with all the mess on me. With everything that I was, he met me right there, reached out his hands and said, come on. Wrapped me in his arms. God met me where I was at. There was some resistance on my part because, oh, wait, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of you. I'm not worthy of your love. I'm not worthy of it. See, that's that thing that we start telling ourselves when he comes to us that we not worthy. I'm not ready yet. I can't come to you like this. And the whole while he's saying, I've been with you the whole while. I've been with you the whole while. I was with you when you was out in the streets. See, Simon Peter was out fishing. God will meet you on a boat. Hmm. But each and every one of the people that he met, each and every one of the people that he met, each and every one that he met, he changed. Each and every one he met, he changed. No matter what they were before, no matter how many times they were trying to change, each and every one he met, he changed. Because he'll meet you at the exact place you are. If you're at your lowest place, he will meet you there. He will come down right there and he will meet you there. But we have to be willing to accept him when he comes. We have to be willing to accept when he says, my child, I'm here. The accepting part is up to us. To receive is up to us. He offers it. See, this is what I know. This is what I know. I know that he never took his hands off of me. I know that he never took his hands off of me. No matter where I have been, no matter what I have done, he's never taken his hands off of me. He's never taken his hands off. So don't think by anything that you are this or you are that or you're not worthy, but you are. Each and every one of us are worthy. Each and every one is worthy because he's placed his breath inside of us. He's breathed life inside of us. We are worthy. God will meet you right where you're at. He will meet you in that place. He will meet you in the liquor store. He will meet you in the whorehouse. He will meet you right where you're at. Stop hearing people that say what you need to do to get right. Because some people have been trying their whole life to get right. Some people have been trying so hard and they keep saying like, well, why I keep slipping? Why I keep slipping? Because you keep trying to do it. What he's saying to you is, I'm right here to help you. I'm right here to help you. You ain't got to do this. This is not your battle. This is not your battle. I'm here for you. God will meet you where you're at. He will come to the front line where you're at. He will go to the back room where you at. He will meet you because he met me. He met me. If you don't believe that he will, then let me tell you, look right here. He met me exactly where I was. He met me. If you don't believe it, if you don't think, well, it won't happen, he met me. I bleed like you bleed. I cry like you cry. I sleep like you sleep. I yawn like you yawn. I eat like you eat. So I'm not anything any more special than you. Just as priceless as I think that I am to him, I'm telling you, you are just as priceless to him. God will meet you right where you're at. Don't be ashamed. And when I'm here and I'm going through this and I'm going through this terrible relationship, and God ain't ashamed of you. What he's telling you is stop being ashamed of yourself. God will meet you where you're at. See, it's the world that tells you this, that, and the other, and the world that tries to tell you you need to be like this and pull you away and pull you over here and tell you this, that, and the other. God will meet you where you're at. God will meet you exactly where you at. He met me in the lowest. He will meet you right where you're at. Don't be ashamed of where you are. Don't be ashamed of where you are. See, let me tell you something about me. You know why I'm not ashamed of anything I've gone through, anything in my life. I'm not ashamed because if I say I'm ashamed of it, then I'm ashamed of what God has brought me from. God will meet you where you're at. See, he brought me from there so I will be able to share with others who may still be there. God will meet you where you're at. But again, the one thing that we sometimes miss is our responsibility in this thing with him meeting us. With him meeting us, like he met that fella out on the boat. Jesus met that fella out on the boat. He said, well, if it be you, then bid me to come. God will meet us and he will tell us to come. But see, what we do sometimes, what I have done sometimes is what I have done when he's told me to come. I start coming, but then I take my eyes off and I've had to sink and he's had to pick me up. But he didn't pick me up and say, see, look what you done did. See, he picked me up and placed me back on solid ground. God will meet you where you're at. Let me tell you something. Don't be ashamed if you fall. God will meet you where you're at. I hope that this resonates with the realness. I share my realness. I share my life. I share my story. I share this testimony of my life, that what God has brought me from, That don't say, I don't say, well, he done brought me here and I'm never too good to fail. Let me tell you, there are some folks, there are some folks, there are some folks that act like they too good to fall. There are some folks that act like they are oh so good they can't fall. Yeah, you can. There are some folks that act like they've never gone through anything, like they've been just as clean, just as clean. You ain't. You ain't. I'm not here to judge anybody about where you come from. I'm not here to judge anybody about what you may be going through. But what I'm here to tell you is God will meet you where you're at. God will meet you with a joint in your mouth. God will meet you where you're at. God will meet you with the bottle in your hand. God will meet you where you at. Right where you at, he will meet you. But our responsibility, again, is to accept him when he comes. We have to say, I receive it. 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 God accepts you where you're at, but our responsibility is to accept it. And again, let me tell you, in all these years, I'm never going to sit here and say, I'm too good to ever fail. I'm never going to say that I will never hit a stumbling block. But what happens? What happens? Let me tell you what happens with me. I can't tell you what happens with nobody else. What happens with me is when I hit that thing, somewhere inside of me, there's a conviction. There's something that starts to, that just don't sit right no more. There's something that, boy, you know, that just ain't right. It just, There's something that, let me tell you, for me, there's been a transformation. There's some things that, yeah, when I hit that, there's an old block you may hit and I may trip sometimes. But when I trip, the thing about it, when he meets you where you're at, when you trip and fall, you don't stay down as long as you used to. God will meet you where you're at. Some people will be so hard on you. Some people will come down on you because they don't agree with this, that, and the other. But see, what a lot of people don't get, testimony. What a lot of people don't get is, as hard as you can't be no harder on me than I am on myself, baby. Let me tell you something. Let me tell each and every one of y'all something. You can't nobody be more harder on you than you can on yourself. See, what other people see from the outside, understand I'm living it on the inside. When I slip and fall and you go like, woo, trust me, I went woo, woo, long before you went woo. But what I know is that even in a trip, even in a fall, even in a slip, I know if God was there that time, I know if he was there that time, I know all I have to do is go back and say, God, look at here. Ooh, I slipped. I did. I wasn't trying to. That thing convicted me. That thing started eating at me. I was, instantaneous reaction. See, let me tell you something. There was a time for me, testimony. There was a time for me when I could be out in the world doing whatever I was doing in the world, and I could be doing it forever and not feel anything. But once God met me where I was at, and he picked me up from that point, and he took me and he shook me and he dipped me and he cleaned me. Even if I slipped in the mud, I couldn't stay there. I I couldn't stay there. You know, let me see if I can put this in old country terms. Let me see if I can put this in old country terms for you. You know, when you've had something and you never had it, but then you finally get it and it was really good, and you find yourself rushing to get back to it again. Because now you done finally tasted what it was like. You done finally tasted what it was like. That was me. I finally tasted what it was like to be with him, to be one with him, to have a relationship with him. So even in a slip moment, and that thing hits me in the gut, and it go like, oh, because some folks, that thing hit them, and then they don't want to ever go back, because now that thing, the world teaches you shame. You should be shame. Oh, shame. Ooh. So now what you think you're going to do is you're going to run away from God because, I'm so ashamed of what I went through. God ain't going to see. God see it all. He see it all. He see it all. He see you when you're walking straight. He see you when you go crooked. So to sit up and say, I can't go back but he saw you. Remember, he was there. He was there. I don't know why some people think that I can go in here behind this door and do something. Let me tell you something. God behind that same closed door. He behind that closed door. Whatever you're doing behind the door, he already see you. Already see you. That's why he has the ability to meet you where you're at, because he didn't have to come looking. He was already there. He didn't have to come search you out and find you. He was already there. Already there. God will meet you where you're at. God met me. He met me. And there have been some times I've been at the low of the low. There have been times when I felt so all alone. There have been some times when I felt that I had nowhere to turn, and God was right there. He met me right where I was at. He said, I am your comforter. I am your peace. I am your mother. I am your father. I am your all in all. I am. See, go back to the scripture. Go back. Let me go back. Kingdom purpose. Let me go back. Well, you want me to go to Pharaoh and tell him to let your people go? Who shall I tell him sent me? Who shall I tell him sent me? I am. I am. And he is. He is I am. See, whatever you put behind that, he is. Your peace, he is. Your joy, he is. Your comforter, he is. Your salvation, he is. Your friend when you're friendless, he is. Your hope when you're hopeless, he is. Who shall I tell him sent me? I am. I am met me right where I was at. I am gave me hope when I was hopeless. I am gave me a vision. I am instilled in me a purpose. I am is my joy. I am has been my lawyer in the courtroom. I am has been my doctor when I've been in the sick room. I am. It's been my mother when my mother is gone. I am has been my father when my father passed away. I am. Mm. I am met me. I am met me. I am met me when I was in the hog pen. I am met this old boy when I was at the lowest. I am met me. And he said, come because I am. I am here because I am. When I didn't know which way to go, I am was my direction. There have been times when I didn't know what to say, like tonight, I am has been the voice. There have been times when I wanted to get upset, but I am has been my peace. There have been times when I wanted to get angry, but I am has been my calm. I am has been my umbrella in the rain. I sit here today because I am met me where I was. I am didn't say change and then come. I am didn't say what you need to do is get your life right first. I am met me and say, if you accept me, if you accept me, I will give you the roadmap to everything that you want. But see, let me tell you, let me tell you about that. Let me tell you about that. This is what I am will do for you. This is, I can't tell you what it'll do for you. Let me tell you what I am did for me. See, I am did this for me. See, there were things that I thought that I wanted on my own. This is what I thought I wanted. But what I did was when I am came and met me where I was, when I am met me where I was, and I accepted I am. See, what changed was what I thought that I wanted. Because now I am has accepted me. So I'm accepting the way I am thinks. I'm accepting what I am wants for me. So what I want now is what I am wants for me. Why don't you like to do the things you used to? You used to like, but I am has shown me something different. I don't, because guess what? Back then, that's what I wanted. But what you know what I want? I want now what I am wants for me. See, sometimes, and I go back to this thing. I go back to this thing that we miss so many times. We used to say it all the time, the Lord's Prayer. There's a part that we miss. It says, let thy will be done. Not mine, not what I want. Let thy will be done. Let your will be done. I want for me what you want for me. See, because all the time I was out there, when I was in this place and that place, doing this, that, and the other, that's what I wanted for me.
That's what I wanted for me. I thought that was what I wanted. Until you met me where I was at. When you met me where I was at, I am met me right where I was. I am accepted me right where I was. I am said, see where you are, but I got somewhere to take you. I see what you've been through. That was preparing you for the place that I'm going to take you. I am said, I can teach you and show you how to clean your heart, to clean your mind. I can give you, see, I didn't know how to forgive. I had no idea about forgiveness, but I am taught me about forgiveness. I am unconditional love. No, my love got to be tied to something that was mine when I was. But when I met, I am right where I was. When I am met me, this fellow right here, right where I was. When I am met me right where I was, he reached out his hand and he gave me unconditional love. At that point, I understood what it was. I love unconditionally, not because of you. I love unconditionally because I am. I forgive, not because of you. I forgive because I am. I can accept people right where they are, not because of them, but I accept them right where they are because I am. I am tells me, never forget where you came from. Never forget the things that I brought you through. Never become so arrogant that you look down upon your brother. Never become so boastful and prideful that you think you did it because you are so smart and because you are so fancy or because you are so handsome or because you speak with. Never, ever, 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 ever forget that you are here because I am. You are here because I am. Love thy neighbor as I love myself. But before you can do that, before you can do number two, you got to do number one. Love God with all your heart. Because guess what? I am. Because when you love him, see, as I'm getting ready to close this thing out with tears in my eyes, so many people can quote so many scriptures. You can quote so many, there's so many people and they can just ramble them off and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other, and they can tell you exactly where it is in the Bible, and there's right here and right here, right here. But you're not living out one. What does it matter if you can quote it? What does it matter if you can quote the scripture? But you're not living a single word. Somewhere in that book it says, depart from me because I know you not. You talk about it all day. You talk about this, that, and the other. You talk about the love, and you talk about this, but you don't carry it out. You're not acting upon any of it. I am let me right, 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 right where I was. Right where I was. I am. See, let me just give you some biblical. Can't tell you where, but it's in there. I am met a man that had been in a tomb, chained up, tied up. Folks had kicked him out, had been cutting themselves and everything else. And I am. When the man saw Jesus, he came running to him. I am. I am. I am. Met liars, cheaters, thieves, whoremongers, and he met them right where they were. I continue to tell you that he will meet you right where you're at. Don't let people tell you what you got to do. You got to change. You got to be this, and you got to dress a certain kind of way. Don't. Because I am says, come to me. If you come into me, you're opening your heart and you're accepting me. No matter where you are. No matter where you are, no matter where you are, no matter where you are, I am will transform your life in front of the very ones that told you you'd never be nothing. I am. The people that said you ain't gonna never amount to nothing, you will never be nothing. You ain't gonna never be nothing. You're gonna be just like your mom, you just like your dad. You ain't gonna never be nothing. But I am say yes, they will be just like their dad. I am. I am will pick you up right in front of the ones who have torn you down. He will take you and he will put the pieces back together. I am. Looks at each and every one of us because I am. Looked at me. And I am said that hole that they dug and they put you in, they thought that they were burying you. I am says all I was doing was allowing them to plant you so I could take root in you. I am. Met me where I was at. I don't try to act like I'm any better than anyone else. I am just as much a human. I'm just as much a work every day of my life. I'm working to be better, to be a better person each and every day. The only thing that I will say that I am better than is than I was yesterday. That's what I will say. I'm not in competition with trying to compete with anybody and say, well, I'm this and you should be this. No, I'm saying what I am and what I should be. I am. Pick me up. I am met me right where I was. And I am will meet you right where you are. Whatever it is that you feel that you may be lacking in, wherever it is, wherever it is, I come to you now as I close out and I say this. If you don't feel love, I am is love. If you don't have peace, I am is your peace. If you feel like I just don't have any patience, I am is your patience. There is just no joy in my life. I am is your joy. I am is your friend. I am as your mother. I am as your father. I am. Any place, anything that you feel that there is a hole, I am is the filler of that hole. I am is the filler. God met me. God met me right where I was not sitting on some front pew or some church when he met me. I was not at some conference filled with people and ministers and whatever other people. It's not where he met me. I was not walking around with a leather-covered Bible in my hand when he met me. I'm not telling you, I don't know where he met you. I'm just telling you that's not where he met me. I was not on the top of the mountain looking down and giggling and that's not where he met me. It's not where he met the man at the pool. Was not where he didn't meet the woman with the issue of blood inside the church. He didn't meet the woman who had multiple husbands and the man that she with. He didn't meet her in the synagogue. God will meet you right where you at. But it's not if he will meet you. Will you accept him? Will you let him in? That's the thing. Will you accept him? Will you let him in? Because it does say what he told his disciples. If you go, and they don't accept you, man, leave that place and dust off your feet. I am so glad I am so glad that when he met me where I was, that he didn't leave me where I was at. I am so glad that when he met me where I was, he did not leave me where I was at. So that's I'm going to I thank y'all so much. I want to
I want to play a little bit more of this song before I leave, if you can hear it. So that's it. Miss Julie, the name of that song is Hold My Hand. Man, I just want to say thank y'all. Thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your blessings. I know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, you didn't have to stop by this old house to hear this old boy. But I thank you. I thank you. I thank each and every one of y'all. As I leave every show, I have to leave with these words, is that each and every one of us has a vision and each and every one of us has a purpose. And I say to you, walk in your purpose, walk in your vision. And lastly, but not leastly, I say this to each and every one, is that I, the Louisiana Country Boy, I love you. I love you unconditionally. And there ain't nothing, absolutely, positively nothing that you can do about it. Thank y'all so very much. Old Country Boy will be back tomorrow night for my last show of the week. That's it. That's it. And that's all. Thank you very much, Kingdom Purpose. Thank you for allowing me to grace your platform. I thank you so very much. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, Facebook. Mr. Byrne, hey, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Old Country Boy is out of here. Y'all be good. Oh, and I'm gone. Thank you. Thank you,